Greetings. Welcome to JsGrassFedGarden. This is a small-scale farm project that I started March 2021, and we are going into June of 2023. So let's take a little quick tour and see what's growing. There's 9 mounds altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8 over on this pole right here, and I'm counting the box addition. That is a Dutch frame or cold frame. So 9 mounds altogether, and this is a roughly 35 going east to west and 40 feet going south to north. The sun is going down, catching that golden hour. So there's about 17 different varieties of garlic and about 9 different varieties of potatoes. There is New England pie pumpkin planted from my own saved seed, cucumbers, eggplants, peppers, elderberry cuttings, currant cuttings. There's also soft neck garlic, along with the 17 different varieties of hard neck garlic. This mound and this mound are both planted to Who Gets Kissed sweet corn. And this I just made into a wildflower patch with some yarrow, some calendula, some plantain that's here naturally, some strawberry, and then we have some more squash or pumpkin seedlings coming up around the edge, and then there's some wild thyme that I transplanted from a different spot. And here is 2 onions in their second year going to seed that I'm going to try to save seed off of. Each mound also has a cantaloupe, pumpkin, or squash. Alongside the perimeter of the garden is all tomatoes that were transplanted in the 3rd to last week of May, and were started about 6 weeks before that. I've also sown New England pie pumpkin down this whole wood chip path. They're just not coming up yet. And these are some of the New England pie pumpkins that are coming up. We're looking east. This is a whole big potato bed, and these are all Jerusalem artichokes. They act as a wind block from the north, which is coming from that way right now. And on this back end is Abenaki flint corn coming up, and some more Who Gets Kissed sweet corn down at the end. Now, I would not have done this in the 2 previous years, but I've observed the way that the light travels, and you actually get enough light on this back end of the Jerusalem artichokes that get 12 to 18 foot tall to still get another crop. So I'm experimenting with that. We'll see if they get too shaded out. And then intermixed with the Jerusalem artichokes is some German butterball potatoes that I saved in my closet over the winter time. So I grew those potatoes in this garden last year, originally purchased from High Mowing, and now I'm growing them out again. So inferring that they're more adapted to soils now that they've already grown 1 year in this plot. So these are all the tomatoes going around perimeter, and as we look south, tomatoes, soft neck garlic, tomato transplants went intermixed with the soft neck garlic, but they all died back. So maybe replant something to the soft neck garlic. We'll definitely replant something when the soft neck garlic comes out. We'll figure that out when the time comes. This bed is soft neck garlic intermixed with cucumbers coming up the strings right there, and down in between all of the garlic is eggplants. Now this was previously a pathway, now it's growing beans. So I've turned a lot of the pathways into bean rows now, and this was planted to soft neck garlic last fall, planted to a oat cover crop as the garlic came up, and now is intermixed, transplanted with some eggplants. We have cucumber transplants going down. This whole trellis started in about the first week of May. This is all hardneck garlic. We have some lettuce in here, and I'm going to transplant possibly Brussels sprouts into this row. Some more beans row coming up beautifully. That's dragon lingerie, and the first bean that I showed was red swan bean. This bare patch of soil that you see right here is carrots that I just direct sowed with the 1-inch seed paper planter. All of that purple you see is amaranth flowers. Gonna try and collect some grain and save seed off that. Or is it a seed or a grain? I believe amaranth is a grain. And we have some Austrian winter pea putting out some beautiful purple flowers. These are some sorrel radishes that I just got first harvest out of last week, getting second harvest off of this week. That blank patch up there is direct sown to some turnips. And we have some beans down another pathway. These are royal burgundy. Some more hardneck garlic. Another bean succession in the pathway. The overwintered mustard greens finally putting out their flowers, soon to be saving seed off of. They saw -30 this past winter. They were overwintered in these nifty little low tunnels, and there's more row of radishes to be harvested down this whole bed for the second harvest this week. Some third-year asparagus going to seed. Peppers down this whole row started in February along with the eggplant, or late March, and then we have some strike bean going down this pathway, and all of those beans are bush beans. Now intermixed, I've talked about this in a previous video, but I'll just go over it real quick. I planted garlic in these two beds in the fall, and then in the spring I intentionally planted potatoes intermixed with the garlic in April. And last year I grew potatoes in this bed, And I guess I didn't harvest all of them deep down, so potatoes grew up in this bed naturally. So unexpectedly I got 2 beds of garlic and potatoes interplanted, and we'll see how that interplanting works. I just planted out all of the sweet potato slips throughout the entire garden, about 82. They also have been growing in my window since February, and this whole row is German butterball potato that I saved in my closet from potatoes that I grew last year, followed by more hardneck garlic, the tomatoes going around the rest of this north end, and the tomato pattern follows. We have the sun going down through the trees, golden hour, good time to do some sun gazing through the trees. And following along, we just got an excessive amount of rain, no exaggeration, more than 5 inches in about 4 days. And it possibly could have been more than that. I don't have an exact measurement though. But those trays over there, they're about 2 inches. And let's go take a look at them. Some more potatoes, sweet potato slips, row of cilantro. So these trays are about 2 inches, and I emptied them at least 4 times. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, almost 8 inches of rain. The video is gonna end. I can only take 12-minute videos, so one love. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, well, it didn't end. It may end soon. But all of these are my transplants for the coming weeks. We have some red Russian kale, rhubarb, Swiss